Hey Patty, I want to thank you again for meeting today, and I hope everything goes well with your son with his orthodontist appointment. I went through braces twice, so I know what he's going through. And this is the video that I said I was going to send you in terms of where we are and some of the potentials for where you might want to go. Um, let's just start with what people are searching for. So, and what that means is just what they type in the Google search bar. Basically, there's three main terms: hair salons, Westport CT, hair salons in Westport CT, hair salon Westport CT. Now, if you said to yourself, well, those are all the same thing, I would absolutely agree with you. But one of the things that I was talking about in our meeting is that Google works off of an algorithm, which is a mathematical formula. And so all it sees is that there's an S here and there's no S here, or that there is the word in here and there's no in here or in here. So that's why getting your sites ranked can be a little bit tricky, because if they change that mathematical formula, now this one letter makes a big difference, right? And so now you could be dropped down to 70 searches a month or whatever it is. And I checked on your video; it's still being viewed. It got viewed 36 times in the last 6 weeks, so it's still doing well. But we're going to get it up on the first page again, and I'm going to do it. If I don't do it within the next 2 weeks, then I'm going to refund one of your payments, so you don't have to worry about that. But I'm sure we'll get it up there before then. So that's what people are searching for. So I hope that makes sense. Now, you rank well for all of these. So the decision that you really need to make is, do you want to spread it out, or do you want to focus on one thing? And so here's what I did for my own business. I obviously, I own a martial arts school as well, and Kickboxing Fairfield CT is the highest searched term. So what I did is I took that term and I basically owned it. So here's just a video that I shot previously.
My Google results at all, so it's going to be the same search that would show up for you. Secondly, the first spot in Google is ours. The second spot in Google is ours. The third spot in Google is Yellow Pages, but we're listed there. The fourth spot in Google is ours. The fifth spot in Google is ours, and the eighth spot in Google is ours. So you want to notice above the fold, meaning above this line where nobody has to scroll, we own the front page of Google. There's no bigger testimonial than I can give you than that.
So that's basically the way that I do it, and is I pick a term and then I just own the term. So I have dojofairfield.com, kickboxingworks.com. You saw Fairfield Kickboxing down there. Those are all different domain names, totally different sites. This is obviously a YouTube video. This is my Facebook page, and I just get them all ranked high so that if anybody else wants to get in, it's going to be very difficult for them to do that for that particular keyword term. Now, if I change this around and put in Fairfield CT or something like that, it's going to change the results, obviously. So that's one way to go. The other way to go would be to have like one video for each of these. And so then you have your main site and then you have a video for each one. You also don't have a blog, which when you start putting one together, or I can put one together for you, it will add to the listing, meaning it will show up as a listing in addition to everything else you're already doing. And if we get it, or excuse me, when we get it ranked, we'll knock everybody else, down a peg. So the concern is that where we have hair salons, Westport CT, so we have 2 listings there, but you only have 1 listing right here. And so when people search for hair salon Westport CT and they see that you only have 1 website, well, so does everybody else. And so in their mind, even though you're ranked a little bit higher and you will receive more traffic for that, in their mind, you're still somewhat equal to everybody else versus with what you just saw with my kind of the way I do it, all of these listings are mine. and so wherever you're going, you're seeing me. That gives me a whole lot of pull in the mind of the consumer because clearly I know what I'm doing. So, if you search for hair salons Westport CT, this is skewed because I am logged in. So that's why, your results may be a little bit different than mine. But, you're here. And one of the things I'll talk to you about your website, but one of the things that I would change is your title. Artistic image should be in your title. That might be affecting because people don't necessarily, they're like hair salon and blow dry bar. Okay, what's the name? And they don't, a lot of times, I don't know if you read this, but a lot of times most people don't. So just something to consider. And like I said, I can change that for you pretty easily. So here's kind of what I'm talking about. You're twice, and then when we get your video back up here, you'll have 3 times, and that'll be fine. That'll be good. But if you look at like Vincent Palumbo's right underneath you, then he's got his site here. Then he is right here with Demand Force. I have no idea what that is. I think it's just a rating site. And then he's also over here with Groupon. So he's clearly doing a lot of stuff online. And when people see that, like I said, they start, thinking that the person knows what they're doing, which he may or may not. But it just creates more authority in the mind of the consumer. So, like I said, there's 2 ways to do it. One is just to dominate one search term, meaning something that somebody searches for, or the second way is to spread it out a little bit, and so you have a little bit everywhere. You diversify it. So that's something that you want to consider, is what direction you want to go as far as the search, what people are searching for. Okay. The next thing is your website. I've figured out what platform they use. It's a company called Joomla. They're owned by GoDaddy. I am not familiar with their platform at all. So if you have a username and password, I'm willing to go in and take a look. I may go in, look, and log right back out again and tell you I'm not touching it because I don't want to, lose the functionality of your site, and then you have to deal with this guy again, who obviously, that's not going to work. So the thing with this site is, even though you may not be in love with it, I would kind of leave it the way it is. Again, I can look and see if I can add pictures down here. If it's relatively easy, then I'll do it. If not, then I won't, because if you do one thing wrong in some of these platforms, then it really goofs up everything, and especially when you have moving parts, it really just creates problems. So my other suggestion, if you wanted to go this route, would be to create an additional site which would have a URL or a website address, something like hairsalonswestportct.com. And so we're going directly after the keyword with what's called an exact match domain. The exact match domain just simply means that what they search for is the domain name, just like your domain name is Artistic Image Hair Salon. So that's something that I would consider doing. And I'll just show you the types of sites that I build that I've had success with. Now, when I bring these sites up, the color scheme is totally different from yours, and I would not do this for your site. Your site would look different, but this is just some of the sites that I have. So this is Dental Marketing Solution, which is, like I said, I do a lot of work with dentists. This is aimed towards men, so you can see it's a very male color scheme and things like that. But the thing you really want to notice is there's language here. Don't worry about what the language is, but there's language here, and then an opportunity for people to enter in their information to get access to a video that I shot, and then some other stuff down here. So that's one. The other one is Strategy 44, which is again my marketing, but it's more for the general population. What you have here is a video, and then you have the opportunity to enter their information. Now, people are becoming a little bit more skeptical about entering in their information. So the other thing that you could do is you could put a video here, like the one that I did for the YouTube, and then just put directions here. You know, for 10% off your first haircut or hairstyle, or you know, whatever the language you want to use, simply call blah 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 or email us at salon at, you know, artistic imagehairsalon.com. So that's another way to take advantage of this format. So people watch, the call to actions right there, and it's again above the fold, which means that they don't have to scroll at all to get this information. And again, don't pay attention to the color scheme or anything like that. I would have it be completely different if you wanted me to build a website for you. If you want, so if I build a website, I charge $1,000 for a website. The reason why I do that is because of what I showed you at first, which is this right here. Okay, owning the front page. So you paid the guy $3,000 for your website. So what I'm saying is I'll do a website for $1,000, and then you can have more than one, and we rank them and do that sort of thing. If you just wanted me to build the site, it's, you know, $1,000, and then it's $100 a month just for maintenance and hosting, you know, stuff like that. If you wanted me to rank it, which means to, you know, get it on the first page of Google, then it's $1,000 to build the site, and then it's $500 a month for me to rank it, because, you know, there's a lot more work that goes involved, or that is involved, excuse me, in you know, maintaining a site's ranking. So I don't really know which way you want to go, and to be honest with you, I don't know what the best route is. You know, I think it really boils down to, do you want to just own one of these terms, and so that the 110 people that search, you know, you're going to get the majority of that traffic? Or do you want to spread it out over, you know, the three? To own the three would be tricky. We may luck out, which we probably will, you know, on some of these, like some of them might overlap. So I believe for a while the video was showing up on both of these, hair salons and hair salon. So, you know, you probably luck out there. And then we talked about also getting a LinkedIn, you know, profile set up. Your YouTube channel is already there, but utilizing that more. And then building a blog, which you can do, and then just having a URL, which is this thing up here. It's a fancy term for website address. So like artistikimageblog.com, you know, or something like that. And then what you would do is put it in the menu here, or have a button, you know, somewhere on here, you know, see what's going on today at Artistic Image Hair Salon. And so then that's where you would post any pictures or, you know, information. And then you would link that to your Facebook page and your Twitter account and LinkedIn and everything else. So that's what I have for you. I want to keep it kind of short. If you do have any questions, you're welcome to email me and ask me whatever you have. And I look forward to working with you. And if we can get those 10 salons that you want, that'd be awesome. So, you know, again, just let me know, take a look, and kind of figure out what it is that you want to do. Okay? Thanks a lot for your time. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to work for you. I really appreciate it. And I'll talk to you soon.